You ever get that feeling like you're being pushed to pick just one thing? One career, one specialty, and that's supposed to be you forever? It can feel, well, kind of trapping, right? But what if there's another way? A more dynamic, way more creative way to think about who we are and what we can do.
That's exactly what we're diving into here. We're going on the polymath pursuit. And it's all about this idea of broadening our horizons instead of just constantly narrowing them down. So, first things first, what in the world is a polymath? Well, put simply, it's someone who has real interests and skills in a bunch of different areas. Think of it less like being a specialist in one thing and more like being an integrator of many things. You're using all that different knowledge to connect the dots and tackle problems in ways no one else sees. And the inspiration for this whole explainer, it really comes down to this incredibly simple, but wow, really profound call to action. It's not some complicated theory. It's just an invitation. It totally reframes the idea from some impossible thing to a simple choice you can make. Be a polymath. Why not? Let's do it. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, aren't polymaths just, these historical geniuses? Well, we're going to bust that myth right now. Because this isn't about being some once-in-a-generation mind. It's about a modern mindset that really anyone can get into. And this right here, this gets to the heart of it. The myth is that you're either born a genius or you're just an unfocused dabbler. We've all heard that old saying, jack of all trades, master of none, right? But the reality? It is so much more empowering. It's about having an active curiosity. It's about becoming a creative connector, seeing the patterns that other people miss. The new model isn't master of none. It's master of many, integrator of all. All right, so it's a cool idea, but why does this matter so much right now? Well, because the world's problems are getting more and more complex, more interconnected, and a single narrow specialty often just can't solve them alone. The specialist dilemma is a very real thing, and this polymath mindset, it might just be the solution. Which brings us to the actual benefits, what you could call the polymath advantage. When you learn across different fields, you seriously unlock your creativity. I mean, think about it. An architect who also understands biology might design buildings inspired by nature. A programmer who loves music might write code that has a certain rhythm and elegance to it. You start connecting ideas that specialists would never see, which, of course, lets you solve bigger problems and makes you incredibly adaptable in your career. Honestly, you're pretty much future-proofing your skills in a world that changes by the minute. In fact, there's research that suggests teams with these kinds of interdisciplinary thinkers can be up to 3 times more innovative. 3 times! That's the power of mashing up different fields. It's like a creative superpower that comes from having breadth, not just depth. So, the million-dollar question, how do you actually start? Look, this is not about quitting your job tomorrow to go study Renaissance art and quantum physics. It's much simpler. It's about taking small, deliberate steps to just broaden your world. So let's look at how you can begin your own polymath journey. It really just boils down to these 3 things. First, just follow your curiosity. That weird documentary that popped up, that online course on a topic that has nothing to do with your job, just go for it. Second, and this one is huge, embrace being a beginner again. Let go of that need to be an expert right away. Just enjoy the process of learning something new. And finally, start actively looking for the intersections. How does knowing about history help you with your marketing strategy? How does your hobby inform your main gig? That's where the magic really starts to happen. And that right there, that is the ultimate takeaway. We have to forget the pressure of being a genius. The real foundation of this whole polymath pursuit isn't some rare innate talent. It's intentional curiosity. It's just a choice that you get to make every single day. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Forget about any limits. Forget about what you think you're supposed to be doing. If you could start today, right now, what 2 totally unrelated subjects are you going to start exploring first?